That was fantastic. Wow. All right, people. Oops, wait, hold on. Nope, not that yet. Not that. Well, so what do you think about ingredients to the recipe for success? Did they make sense? Yeah? Are they kind of easy to follow? Right? Do you think you would use 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them? You have to. We have to as an organization. We have to use these ingredients. As you saw with WPP, with Havas, with every single customer reference that we brought up here, these ingredients were an essential part of those deals closing. They understood the customer's larger business. They understood the people they were talking to. They were able to communicate value, whether it was from the beginning to the end or backwards, and they managed the customer success. So I just want to say thank you one more time to everybody who was up here on stage, who came up and told their story. Let's give them one more round of applause. Fantastic. All right. So now's the time to do just a little bit of resources. As you heard multiple times, you're going to get this presentation. You're going to get this presentation. You are going to get this presentation. Thank you. Before you get the actually, no. You're going to get the presentation, then we're going to get ready for Sales Jam. We did that a little bit backwards. But check these out. These are hyperlinks. So everybody come up here to the screen and jump really high and try tapping that link. Just kidding. This is all of the ingredients that you have as hyperlinks. But I'm just going to tell you right now, all of these presentations are for internal use only. Those details, those are not to go outside of this room. No tweeting, no Facebooking, no nothing. These are for us to talk about amongst ourselves, especially the stuff around the deal details, right? Number 2, all of these presentations are for internal use only. I formatted it with italics and put a background on it this time. Do not forward or distribute externally. Number 3, I put it in bullets. All of these presentations are for internal use only. Do not forward or distribute externally because we are watching.
Jerry, can I post it on Facebook?
Here's the QR code. And here's the URL. tinyurl.com/recipe4success2017. Write it down. Take a picture of the screen. Don't text it to your mom or to your customer or to anybody else. Do we have an understanding? That was weak. Do we have an understanding? Thank you. Jeez. Thank you. All right. tinyurl.com, recipe for success. That is all of these beautiful, amazing Spark presentations that these teams created for you. Were those better than PowerPoint? I personally think they were. Were they better than PowerPoint? God, yeah. You know, you want to know the one reason why they were better than PowerPoint, besides the fact that they were beautiful? They were made with our stuff. They were made with our stuff, right? We're somehow competing with Microsoft on presentation technology? No, we're like destroying them. It's so much better to me. This was not death by PowerPoint. It was death by Spark. All right. So I'm going to appreciate my own. Thank you. And now we're going to rock into the Sales Jam. Is everybody sitting at a numbered table? Yes. You have, my badge is not on me. Got a number on your badge. You sat at the numbered table. As we went to break, a little piece of paper was put on your desk, on your table. It said, who's the team and who's the table boss? Did anybody not get one of those pieces of paper? Anybody? Everybody's got one of them. So take a look. Because that's what this is, people. This is the Sales Jam. And this is exciting. Because you guys are going to win big if you do it right. All right? We only have 7 more minutes to go over what this is. before we break, so stick with me. I'm going to let you compose yourselves, but then we're going to get going. Are you ready? All right. Who here has been to an Adobe Creative Jam? Raise your hands high so I can see them. All right, that looks to be about 10% of the crowd. An Adobe Creative Jam, you may not be aware of this, but this is an event series that was created by our community marketing team. The principle of the Creative Jam is that we, our community team, goes out onto Adobe Behance. Does anybody know how many creatives, artists, designers are on the Behance platform? Millions, yes. 8 million and counting creatives. Our community team goes in, picks out the most popular ones, and invites them, city by city, to a competition where they sit with other creatives in teams of 2, sometimes 3, and they jam. They do what's called a creative jam. For 3 hours, they sit, they are given a theme, and they make something, whether it's a graphic design, an illustration, a video, an animation, or some kind of photo. And they work on it, and they make this cool thing. As you can see, here are those teams of 2. There's the timer in the back, and I think their theme was Ugly Duckling, which, I don't know what kind of theme this is. At the end of the jam, they all get together in one room, and they present their creative jam product, illustration, video, animation, to everybody in the room, including other members of the community and some cool judges, right? Judges who are luminaries in the design industry in that city in which they are visiting. So they are judged based on their presentation, and the winners get cool prizes. That's basically what we're going to do, people, except more salesy. Really, that is the fun that we are going to have. And it's going to look like this. The goals of this sales jam are to put to use the use cases that you've been learning about, both in Ashley's presentation and Mark's presentation yesterday, and in the ones that you've been learning about over the webinar course of the last 4 weeks, 2 weeks, which everybody in this room was in attendance for. Right? So that value selling framework and those digital media use cases that you have gone through and looked at, downloaded, and read is one of the goals for you to have an experiential learning of it. The second is actively planning for your FY17 pipeline. I'm sure you've already been doing that. The third one is to walk a mile in the shoes of our customers by actually using some of the Adobe digital media services to complete this task. And the fourth one, and probably the most important one, is for everybody to get in the mission of Adobe, for everybody to get creative, for everybody to have fun. Right? We are having fun. Say, we are having fun. And to compete and win prizes, because we are in sales and we like prizes. Is there anybody who doesn't like prizes? I love prizes. Here are the use cases. You can download those at the URL below, or, again, you will get this presentation at the end. But if you've been at Adobe for any length of time, mobile and UX design, cross-channel experiences, design efficiency, all the way through to HR efficiency, sales acceleration, digital workflows. Was there a single customer reference piece up here today that did not align with one or multiple of these use cases? No. These are the core use cases for digital media tools and technology. And so if you have a hard time matching a customer opportunity with one of these use cases, I don't know what to say. I just don't know. If you don't want to be cruising around in that URL, you can go to the wonderful Field Readiness Portal. The Use Cases tab is the second one over up at the top. See where it says Digital Media Use Cases? That's where you get them. Okay? These use cases are across digital media tools. I'm just going to go back. See the ones that have Creative Cloud icon, the ones that have stock, the ones that have sign, and Document Cloud, right? We're very explicit in which solution matches which use case. And they're pretty easy to understand and follow. There's a deck. It takes you through each one. They're very simple. So let's go through how this competition is going to work. Many of your technical counterparts got here on day 0 and went through a lot of technical training. At the end, they prepared for the sales jam. I think that those folks who are here today doing the sales jam prep deserve an extra special round of applause because they will be your guides through this experience as we move forward. We did day 1, it was awesome. We did day 2, DME breakout recipes for success, which you just got. And right now, we are here right now at the Sales Jam intro. Then you're going to take your $100 poker chip and dine around tonight. Enjoy that. We come up tomorrow, bright and early, squirrely, and this digital media sales jam is where we're going to do this competitive learning, right? So that's where this is all happening. Let's head on back here. You already have your table number. If you don't, see one of our admins who will be wandering the room and who are in the back. You are here in Pinion Ballroom 4 and 5. That's where it's all happening tomorrow as well. So you come right back into this cavernous space. And this is how you should be set up. You should have what's called a table boss, probably 2 table bosses, which are those wonderful technical SEs and CSMs, at each one of your tables. You should also be set up in teams of a maximum of 4 players. Some of you might have fewer than 4. Probably none of you have more than 4. And there might be technical personnel scattered inside of those 4. And, you might have a technical blue dot or a technical purple dot. And that's okay, because you have a table boss assigned to your team. If anybody does not have a team assignment or is not have a table boss, please see our administrative team in the back and they will get you sorted out immediately. So you ready to hear what the challenge is? Yes! Because you want to win that sweet, sweet prize. I know you do. This is you, the sales rep. You are beautiful. You are going to create a customer-facing presentation based on a real-world FY17 opportunity. Yes, you are. That presentation needs to have a use case. It must leverage the value sales methodology. And there's a few other criteria that you're going to need to know. You ready for what those criteria are? You got one of those use cases up in there. Is the use case actually somewhat customized? Right, Havas came up, and their use case was very much being untethered from the desktop, right? They wanted to be on the bleeding edge and give their artists a new way to create and experiment with mobility and services. So is the use case that you bring up customized to this FY17 opportunity? Does the story communicate value? Are you able to... You don't have to give an ROI statement down to the last penny for how much time they're going to save or how much money they're going to save, but you do need to communicate what the value will be by identifying problems, mapping the problem to a solution, and saying how that solution is going to demonstrate value for the customer. Classic value prompter methodology. You will also be judged on whether your story is actually well understood. So throwing a bunch of deal details up in there is just not going to cut it, people. It has to be a story that other people can understand. Specifically, your customer is going to need to be able to understand the story that you are telling to them. Could this be used as a customer-facing presentation? As I was saying, they need to be able to understand what you're putting out. They get what you give. Did y'all work on a value prompter? Y'all have a value prompter somewhere? Did you work on it? Did you put the stuff in the thing? That's important. That's what I call working on a value prompter, is putting stuff in things. And does it use the required Adobe Digital Media technology that we are going to talk about? So who are these table bosses, and what are they going to do for you? How are they going to be an integral part of your team as you vie for Sales Jam Pro, Sales Jam Champion? So the table boss is going to provide technical and subject matter expertise for your team. They'll help you get situated in the technology if you're not already situated. They are going to, if you take out your phone and start texting somebody or start getting distracted, they're going to encourage you to not do that. They are going to ensure that your presentation contains at least 5 of the 7 criteria. Do you need to have all 7? No. Will you be given special consideration if you do? Yes. And they are going to submit your final presentation via an online form that we have set up. Again, if you don't know who your table boss is, go see the admin team in the back, and they will sort you right out. Like I said, your presentation will be submitted via a convenient web form. So here we are in day 2, and I'm just going to say one more time, break down the timing a little bit more. We ran a little late on time, but I want to encourage you, since tonight is Dine Around, and we don't have to go streaming back into general session, to take a little extra time after I'm finished chewing your ear off speaking to work together with your team and pick out amongst your team which FY17 opportunity would make the best presentation that could compete with your fellows. Which one tells the best story? Maybe which one is the biggest opportunity? Which one is going to be presentable the best? And then take that time to plan a basic outline. This shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes. We're not asking much, but we are asking that you work together today to do that. Tomorrow, after general session, you should all have this in your convenient mobile app. Starting at 12:50, and we're actually not going to train for 30 minutes. We're going to go through just a basic introduction again, and then we're going to spin you up on how to use that technology. And then until 2:20, which is the break, you are going to jam on it. You're going to build that presentation together as a team, getting all the details in, meeting all of those criteria, checking with your table boss to make sure that it's relatable, checking that all of the criteria are met. You take a little break. At 2:40, we finish, and you guys are going to give those presentations to your table bosses to submit it. And then at 3:10, the showcase starts. Myself and my panel of judges will be up here taking a look at all the submissions. Which criteria are met? How many did we get? What does it look like? Here's some rules for you guys. All teams have to submit their presentations via their table boss. No getting the form and submitting it yourself. Got it? Has to come through the table boss. We are watching. Any team submitting a presentation without a table boss will be not allowed to compete as a finalist. And teams who submit something outside of that Adobe Digital Media technology, thinking, you know what, it'll be easier to just do PowerPoint. It'll be easier to use Excel. Why don't we just use Word? Nope, sorry, not eligible. Don't even think about it if you don't want to win. We're going to pick 15 finalists. Again, 5 minimum criteria. If there are more than 15 submissions with all 7 criteria, then the submission timestamp is going to be the way that we pick them. Therefore, you also have a time challenge. It's not just that you need to get this presentation with the criteria, but you have to do it faster than your peers. The showcase will take place at 3:15, and each finalist will select one person from their team to come up and give a 2-minute presentation as if everybody here was the customer. Got it? Are you good at giving customer presentations? If not, pick somebody who is. And it better not be your table boss, because they are excluded from being presenters. Got it? They will not be presenting up here. Audience choice. We're using this cool technology called Poll EV, or Poll Everywhere, where everybody on their phones, this is the one part where you can take out your phone, will go to pollev.com/salesjam and vote for their super very favorite finalist. Who's the best? And who is also kind of good? There's the link. And this is how it's going to look. We're going to have a live capture of how the votes are coming in. Oh, Team Havas is pulling ahead of Team IBM. Oh, you guys better hurry up because it looks like Team ExxonMobil is going to win it. Woohoo! And then you're going to raise your phone up in rejoicing when your team gets selected by the audience. But lest you think that you are getting away without being seen by our fabulous executives, you'd be wrong. Because Ashley Still, Mark Grilly, Garrett Ilg, and Stephen Frieder are going to be up in this room as our experts panel, rendering their judgment upon thee. And yes, that was Old English for you. Okay, here's where the rubber meets the road. You guys want to know what you can win? Does anybody care what you can win by doing this? Yes, you do. Runners up get $100 and a cool kick-ass Sales Jam winner shirt. That's every member of the finalist team, including the table boss, okay? So you stand to win $100 each by winning as a runner-up, right? Second place. Y'all want to know what first place gets? You get a trophy, because we know that everyone loves trophies. You get a Sales Jam shirt, and oh, what's the purple chip? Anyone know? Oh man, it's not scrolling. $500 per team member. And remember, you have 2 opportunities to win. If you're the audience favorite and you're the judge's favorite, you're not only going to win $1,000, but you get to keep that $100 chip that you got as a finalist. So you could actually win, if you win audience choice and judge's choice, you could win $1,200 per person, per team. Each member of a winning and runner-up team actually receives $600, a $500 and a $100. And table bosses are included in this. Are you guys ready to win? Yes! All right. So what I would recommend right now is that everybody start making friends with the people at your table. Introduce yourself to your teammates and your table boss. Figure out who has the best FY17 opportunity that has a verified use case and which one would make the best presentation. Also, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. We're not done. All right, I'll give him a minute to simmer down. Do you guys want to get a copy of this presentation? All right. Hey, my mic is still live. Hold on one second. All right, everybody. You can get this presentation right here, and you can jam until we are done. If you're ready to leave, then leave, but I encourage you to stay as long as possible. And I'm going to bring up these cool graphics. All right. I need somebody to kill my mic.